Hey, 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 it's getting hot in here. But I am here. My name is Cynthia, and I am going to continue with Revelations chapter 13. Of course, like I said, I'm trying to do a little Revelation series for end time prepping a nation about the book of Revelation. So I'm just trying to do some prepping. I'm hoping that it's prep. I hope it's not boring. If it's boring, just bear with it because I know it is His word. I'm not good at reading it. I mean, making it exciting, but I think most of this is all just down reading it. But get your Bible. Get your Bible. This is King James. I forgot to tell everybody what I have. This is a King James. King James is kind of original. I mean, there's a lot of paraphrase Bible. The Living Bible is when I first started reading my Bible. Living is paraphrase. It was much simpler. Simpler than King James. And I love the Living because it's like bringing it alive, amplified. It's emphasized. So those are great ones. The new English Standard, the Living Standard. It's so many different Bibles, but I just always had King James as a reference so I can do my cross references for my concordance. When it came to, I have a Strong's concordance, and I was dissecting things for understanding at the time. I just stuck with my King James. So hope it's been good. But we just finished 12. Satan. First of all, we had the two witnesses in 11, and then um, what happened? The two witnesses in 11, and then the elders, they was worshiping God at the throne was 7, and then he said because the kingdom, the trumpet sounded 7, said the kingdom of this world is now getting turned over to the kingdom of God. So it's like a change. It's just a shifting right now because the king that was running this world, he got throned. So he is now here on the earth um, as of chapter 12. So now he is earthbound. He's no longer able to run a kingdom from or any realm because he's now earth. And he was upset about that. He and the woman and 12 had the child that made him mad and triggered him. The child went up into God's throne, and the woman had to go into the wilderness. He went attacking the woman. But Michael and the dragon had this fight, and then the dragon lost and was bound, was taken, brought him to the earth. And now the earth, and this is part of the covenant. This has been a 6-year covenant that God has made. And this is such a divine thing that has happened because God is to honor his word, and he just don't just break rules and get mad and do stuff. So this is this time, precise time when the dragon, Satan, the serpent had got cast down is major, and it happened, has been waiting for all this time, and we just read it in Revelation when it happened. But because he's here, he's coming with wrath and trying to mimic and trying to do things to get to, I guess, to get himself engaged on this level. So um, this is pretty good. Like 13 is like a really good one for me. I like this here. Of course, John in chapter at the end of 11, yeah, you see, he was in heaven. He saw the temple open, and he saw the temple open, and saw that all that took place, um, and in heaven. Which we need a Bible scholar for that, or a minister, somebody to help us break it down. But they can break it down. It can be very confusing. They'll say, "Oh, they'll tell you that it was happened before. It was Christ, and it was." I don't get. I just reading. It's the child, woman with the child, and the dragon and all that, and she in the wilderness is hiding it. It was at the future of Christ when he was born. I said of now. None of that really matters. We just reading. We're gonna just read it, keep it simple, and then give it your ministers. You can get more details about exactly this woman with the child, and I've had a lot of debates, and I have my own views are formed, but it's just mine. This is mine, and like I said, there's so many ways, and people can just dig into it, and that's a study of itself, just to figure out what that was all about, who it was, and what happened in your as you continue to do your studying, and get this Bible because it's pretty powerful. I mean, this is like the nitty gritty right here. I mean, for me, I like it to see. I mean, 12 when heaven getting cast out, and in the kingdom. First of all, over in 10, when he said that, well, he said the time. We won't be. It's the time. He would say we was like, it was more like losing. Um, there's no time. It will be no time no more in 10. And then it says the mysteries of God shall be finished. So the mysteries of God is starting to open up and stuff starting to be known. As we said, mystery. So this is stuff they just telling us, preparing us. And now here, this now I'm saying the kingdom of this world is now to turn over to God. So you're starting to see, even though that's why I say when I read the book of Revelation, I feel like, oh my goodness, stuff gonna happen. It's gonna have judgment and wrath. But I feel if you feeling like you've fallen this Bible gives you peace to know if I'm reading this Bible and I'm hearing this Bible, I'm hope that I can just be able to just grace and get through this. If you say, well, we're not gonna be here, we're gonna be right. I mean, I'm not sure what's gonna happen at this point. I'm just reading it based on where I'm at and what's going on here in it, and I'm going by this story. Like I said, I'm keeping it simple so it can be a story, and then from this story you break off and you can add your things to it and find out where it's supposed to be and all that. But then the people get real upset. Well, we're not gonna be here to all that. Why do you keep writing? I'm just reading. Let me just keep this simple, and I just want to read it on based on chapter 1 to chapter 22. Read the whole thing, get an understanding, and from your understanding, then you can get your revelation end time people and do what you want to do with it. And the movies, the books I have read, the movies, I have never seen anything that's straight to the Bible. So it's kind of hard. So if I go by the Bible and I just read the story of the Bible, and then everything else I have to see outside of this, I try to spend time to process and say, is it for me? If it's not for me, and I just stick with this. I stick with this, and this is my confidence. This is my guide. And as I read this here and I'm understanding this stuff happening, how are we seeing this stuff going down? I'm just getting my mind prepared on where I'm supposed to do and what I'm supposed to help. I mean, this may be it. Maybe if I get the revelation, maybe I don't. Once I get my purpose served, I'm set. I just want to, like, I want to be like David, woman after my own heart. Fulfill my purpose. If my purpose is to help make revelation simple and plain, then that purpose served, that purpose served. But then the next person, after their person, whatever, wherever it is, whatever it's supposed to be, that's God. He's sovereign. He help us with that. I think it's more, but we'll see. But ultimately, just end times is not to be gloomy. It's time for us to get equipped and get ready. And especially now, this serpent, the dragon, Satan, the devil, he has now been taken, he's to this earth. And are we supposed to be like, oh, afraid? He's saying, wisdom. A lot of wisdom is at this point. It's not about fear. It's not about, oh my goodness, oh my goodness. No, it's not about none of that. It's about wisdom to know if I'm on the right side, I'm on the wrong side. If I'm on the wrong side, what I need to do? Living a life of repentance and getting the knowledge on what I'm supposed to do for these times coming up. And everybody's not going to do this. Nobody. There's people here that chose to not follow this track. And those will be the people that you're going to have to watch your back, because if they are not in the kingdom, they're not on this path of this journey, then they could be a threat. Because there's a divide. It's light, it's oil and water, it's light and darkness, good and evil, good and bad, whatever you want to call it. And it's just what it is. I mean, that's what the end time is bringing in. It's bringing in it's dividing light and truth. And people don't want to. What is truth? People want to take their worldview issues, their modern worldview issues, and their personal things, and add it to it, and we can. But there is a real solid nothing but truth. And if we can take that truth and add it to our lives or add our part to it, that's fine. But there is a truth. And do we know it? Not all of it. But we spend our time, our life trying to process. The more you draw to the truth, then your light starting to be sort of radiate. That's how you get purged. You get the more closer you get with God, than with prayer, with His teaching, or with His word, then the truth start coming to you. Start saying, "Wow," and you can't resist it. He said He chased those He loved because He tried to get you to understand this. He had to chisel this into the apostles. It was just like, this is hard thing. This is hard teaching. This is hard for me to understand. It's just not easy. But if you will and have that heart, then He'll work with you and help you get it. So things that are hard to understand, things that you're like, well, they got to be wrong. And I'm like that on question. I have doubts, but I just sit there with my doubts until I find some kind of peace. And some things I still have peace on. Like the sickle, when you get into the sickle over here at 17, I think it's 15, 17, I still like try to process that, some things I just have to, wow, I have to wait and get more information because I'm still, trying to get my grounding on. But, just because I don't understand don't mean it's true. And two, following truth is going to help us because truth would give us light and give us the peace. When you reject truth, then you blind your mind when you can't see. If I sit here reject this stuff that someone's telling me and I say, oh no, then I'm blinding myself to breakthroughs. And that's why even the armor of God, he said the first thing to do is gird yourself with the loins of truth. That's your foundation, right in your waist. That's your stabilizer. That's your sword. That's your soul. Everything's up in there. But mount truth there, and that's how you get stable. Because so you can be able to walk, be able to raise your hand, be able to use your shield and faith in your help. Everything but start with the breastplate of truth. I'm sorry. So start with lowering yourself with the belt, gird yourself with the belt of truth. That belt, you need a belt on to hold your pants up, to keep your stuff stabilized. Just you're gonna hold your sword, and you're gonna have your stuff around you. It has a thing to hold your stuff. It's a belt. So that there is what we need is truth, because truth is what keep our minds open so we can grow. And when you reject it, then you find yourself getting that. So that's why I always tell people, I'm always cautious when I reject something because I don't really know if I'm gonna blind my eyes, blind my mind, something I need another time. So truth is our friend, and truth sometimes people just don't want it. But that's what this is really about. It's getting the truth, walking in love and truth. So anyway, I am sorry. Maybe I should end this and start this video again about this base, but we'll just keep rolling. I'll try to make it quick. Well, let's see. It's not that long. It's 18 chapters. So I'll make sure, as long as I'm under 30 minutes. But this is a good one here. This is a lot going on here in this chapter 13. This is the beast of the sea. Chapter 13, chapter 1. Chapter 13, verse 1. And I stood upon the sand of the sea, and I saw the beast rise up out of the sea, having 7 heads and 10 horns, and upon his horns 10 crowns, and upon his head the name of blasphemy. He coming up out of the sea. Now, eventually you're going to see that the sea is crowds of people. That's what the seas represent. When you started earlier too. So this beast is coming up out of the people. So, and then this is detailed stuff, which I probably don't get into, but you'll see for sure. He'll explain what the sea is. I just want to say, I'm jumping the gun on that part because he will. But yeah, so he coming up out of, so there's a beast will come up out of the sea. And he had this crown on his head with blasphemy. And then you see these horns, and we have these crowns. You have 10 and the 7 horns and the 10 and the horns. All these. This is the world government, the mountains and the horns, and this is about our world system, and it's about the system of the whole world, the 7 continents of the earth. It's about the system stuff, which that's to get into more details and prophets. But a lot of time I refer to that, and it's going to flip. There's going to be 10 horns and 7. They're going to be 7 and 10. There's going to be a shift. I'm not getting into none of the horns. I'm not getting into none of that stuff. But you can find that stuff in some of the prophets there to break it down, and that'll be something it's worth studying that because it has a lot of his mysteries in it also. But it just says here, you're gonna hear that a lot, and I won't probably break that. I won't stop at that again and break it down. There's a lot of meaning to it, but it take away from the story, and it is gonna throw us off. But it won't throw us off, but it just requires too much work to get into that part of the revelation. That's more to prophecy and inductive studies to compare and just to dig and flip flop and see which one had and all that stuff. So we're not gonna get into that now. But it says here though again that the beast rose up out of the sea, having 7 heads and 10 horns, and upon his horns 10 crowns, and upon his head the name of blasphemy. And the beast which I saw was like unto a leopard, and his feet was as the feet of a bear, and his mouth was as the mouth of a lion, and the dragon gave him his power. Now remember the dragon? The dragon remember he came out of the bottomless pit, remember? Remember that there was an angel had keys. The locusts came up out of this and to hurt, and that dragon came out of this pit. So they're here. So now this beast is coming out of the sea, and the sea is coming out of the people. So some beast coming out of the people. Gonna be like maybe a king or something. Maybe. Well, I'm sorry, I'm not supposed to be kind of like it. But anyway, I should read. But anyway, so this here, this beast that come up out of the sea. Right here it says, and the dragon gave him his power. So the dragon was in his bottomless pit all this time. So now this dragon that was in the pit is given this beast power, and he gave, so this dragon gave the beast his power and his seat and his authority. So now the dragon was, on its own. But now he done doubling up here. Now you got this dragon, and now this beast will come up out of the sea here. And now this beast is on the dragon and say, oh, here's my power. So I'm giving you power also. I'm giving you power. I'm giving you my seat, and I'm giving you all the authority. Okay, this is right here at still at 2. And then 3, and I saw one of his heads as if it was wounded to death, and his deadly wound was healed. So down this beast, he'll give him power now, right? So now he's trying to move the people. So all of a sudden he had this wound, boom. He's supposed to be dead, right? But guess what? He said, in all the world they wonder. So he was dead. So it was wounded. So that the wound was healed. And this is that beast. This is a dragon and the beast combining their powers together, and they have this wound and have this supernatural healing, something healed. And all the world wondered after this beast. They just killed the witnesses, remember, in 11, how we in 13. Now the world, they're like, wow, they wondering after this beast. Oh, wow. He was dead, now he's back. He hurt his head, and now he's here. So now this man has got power. He's getting control, right? Because here, this dragon and this beast have merged their powers together. Remember that now. This is very, very important. This is a nice thing here. And at 4, and they worshiped the dragon and gave power unto the beast. And they worship. These are the people that have seen this, because people are now marveling at them. They worshiped this dragon, and it gave all their powers unto the beast. And they worshiped the beast, saying, who is like unto this beast? Who is able to make war with him? Like, oh, who is like this the beast? Who will go against him? So they're giving him awe. Like, oh wow, who is this? And 5, and there were given unto him a mouth speaking great things and blasphemy, and power was given unto him to continue for 42 months, 3.5 years. So this beast and this dragon merged their powers together, and they just moving the people. They just talking, and everybody's just giving it. For 3.5 years, they got all this stuff going on here. They just got great things going in the world. It's like, oh wow, he is. Oh wow, he is. They just giving him. They just all for it. Now that's the world. Now, if you're reading this here, that as we prep a generation of nations of people with these revelations, we know when we start seeing this here, that we know that is not of God. We know that's the beast. We should know that it's the beast. And you should be at some place. There should be some stuff. You should be busy doing something. Like I said, if you hear people talking about I'm not talking about raptures right now. Hey, I'm just saying, just in case nothing happens. I'm just reading this here. I'm here. This is what I'm thinking. So this is where this is going on. People say we're not supposed to be here. Well, I'm just reading as if I'm here. That's how I read my Bible, because I can get it. And I'm just trying to understand it. So here, it says here, so again, they worshiped the dragon and gave him the power unto the beast, and they worshiped the beast, saying to him, who is like this beast? Who will be able to make war with him? And then 5, and there was given unto them a mouth speaking great things and blasphemy, and power was given unto him to continue for 42 months. And then 6, and he opened his mouth in blasphemy against God, and blasphemy his name and his tabernacle, and them that dwelt in heaven. And it was given to him to make war against his saints, and to overcome them. and was given him all over. I'm sorry. Let me see. Let me see. So he was over. He opened his mouth and blasphemed against God, and against God, he blasphemed his name and his tabernacle, and them that dwell in heaven. So is he picking? Excuse me, because he's not there anymore. And so, and it was given unto him to make war with the saints and to overcome them, and power was given him over all kindreds, tongues, and nations. So this dragon, which gave his power to the beast, and now this beast, he's picking at, he's just mocking everything. Now here, they say that they're gonna be a leader with with the peace treaty, gonna sign this peace treaty, and it'll be a 7-year promise, and then 3.5 years he's gonna break it, and he's gonna break out this stuff. That's prophecy and stuff like that. So just let me just stop with that. Let me just keep reading this verse and say and all that dwell on the earth. I'm at Revelations 13, verse 8. And all that dwell upon the earth shall worship him, whose name are not written in the book of the Lamb, in the book of life, in the book of life of the Lamb, slain from the foundation of the world. So those that are in the earth that are not had their name in the book of life, they're gonna be worshiping this beast. If any man have an ear, let him hear. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. He that killeth with the sword shall be killed with the sword. Here is the patience of the faith of the saints. And I beheld another beast coming up out of the earth, and he had 2 horns like a lamb. Now here, this is a beast coming out of the earth. And this here is like let's see. And he spake as the dragon, and he exercised all his power of the first beast before him, and caused the earth and them that dwell therein to worship the first beast. So this is another beast whose deadly wound was healed. And he goes and he does great wonders, so that he maketh fire come down from heaven and on the earth in the sight of men. He's trying to impress them, trying to let them know he think the people probably think it's God. Christians probably think it's God if they ain't got on the right path. So, because you have to realize there's a falling away. There's a great deception going to take place before the great thing comes. So we have to be equipped and got to know this stuff. But anyway, I just said that. I apologize. I hope that's not judging. But I'm just saying you have to make sure you don't. He's trying to persuade people, convince people of all this great stuff that's going on with this power. Fire coming down and people moving by him, and then people are in awe, this sign and wonder that he has. Do they really think this beast is a good person, going to help them? I mean, are they really? I mean, what? So 14, let me read 13 again. It said, he does great wonders, so that he make fire come down from heaven. He's not even in heaven, but he can make fire come down from heaven on the earth in the sight of man, sight of man. And here it said 14, it said, and deceive them that dwell on the earth by the means of those miracles which he had power to do in the sight of the beast, saying to them that dwell on the earth, that they shall make an image to the beast, that he is. Oh, sorry. I'm sorry. I'm thinking about this. I'm saying my mind thinking while reading. So he's telling them they in awe by him. They move by him. So he's telling him, hey, that's okay. The beast won. Okay, the dragon gave the beast the power. Now there's other beasts coming up. And they said, now let's make an image. So now they're going to make this image. So he just hear this. This is pretty serious here. Remember the golden calf? And so he's saying they get this stuff. They got all that stuff. All the all the gold and riches and stuff that God told them to take out of Egypt, to take it to the promised land. That was to build a temple. That was to build Solomon's temple, to build a temple. I don't think it was to build no calf, no golden calf. That was not what that was for that. But anyway, That stuff, that gold, they use that stuff in Solomon's temple. But anyway, well, Solomon was the first. There was a second temple. He rebuilt the temple, right? There was a first temple, but they built this tabernacle. All they built when they got to the promised land. That's what that stuff is for, and it's for you to enjoy. God wants us to enjoy this stuff. When we get this stuff, He wants to enjoy it, but then He wants to do stuff because God, everything is plush. And if you are His child, you're plush, and the things He give you to do will be plush. And He used to work with the best, and it's gonna be nice. Let me just get back to this here. So at 14, so they did the beast. So he said, make this cow. Let me go back because I kind of got okay. So 15, we're here at 13, verse 15, and he said, and he had power. And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak and cause. It should speak and cause that as many as he would not worship the image of the beast to be killed. So they build this image. And if you don't worship that image, what is the image? It's not really building a calf maybe, but it's building something, and you have to worship this thing they built, this created. So they say here. So he created this thing. And 16, and he caused all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their forehead. So you have to worship that. Now listen, 17, and that no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of the name. So at this point, when they create this, whatever this thing they created is a system, a person, a calf, whatever. If you are to reverence this thing and worship this thing, and at this point, in order for you to live and function, you have to, in order for you to buy and sell, you have to acknowledge this thing they created. So that's where we are in this stuff right now. And it doesn't have to be goobers and gobbles and stuff. It can just be the new, just new laws, new, I don't know. And then having stuff in your forehead. He says here, you have to take this, for every person, rich and poor, free or bond, small or great. Every person will be challenged with this. And so here, you have to take this mark in your right hand or in your forehead. He said, if you do not have this mark, no man will be able to buy and sell in the world, this world system. Buy or sell, say, unless he has this mark or the name or the number. And the number is 666. So you have to have the mark, the name, or the number on you in order to buy and sell in the world system, in this world system. But this is not to be too afraid, fearful, because we know that he said this God's system is coming upon this earth. So it's like a change of hand, even though you got this system here, it's coming up. That system, just ride it out. It's coming to the end. His destination, like Daniel said, I saw you like lightning fall down, so there's, it's just about endurance. It's about strategies. It's about knowing. It's about being equipped and prepared. Preparing the nation, figuring out where, who will be where, what's going to happen. At this church, is the church gone at this point? People say, "Oh, we have to worry about that. They're going to be gone." Okay, for those that will be gone, okay, that they're resting. I guess I'm not sure. They're helping. I don't know. But for those that are, if someone is here, if somebody's here, he said the patience of the saint. Have your faith. So, what was that verse at? When it says, up here 10. Here is the patience and the faith of the saints. So there's the patience and the faith of the saints right here in the same in verse in chapter 13. So saints is a saint, and their patience and their faith is gonna help them get through this stuff. So You know, if everybody already got the mark and everybody gonna do it, what would be the challenge and the struggle right here in this in 13? If everybody at the whole church, all the people, good folks is already gone. So I don't really know. I mean, it's not that I'm trying to contradict or doubt it, but you just have to use a lot of wisdom, a lot of preparation. And we all are in this, and we all will be coming upon this. Not if it's my generation, my children's generation, but somebody's going to come to this and just sharing this knowledge and just talking about it, getting more details in this chapter. It's going to be really good. I mean, just to get with God, pray about it, and say, hey, Lord, what is all about? And do some study and read some things about it and see what it's about. I think this is probably like the one thing that people probably fear the most is this mark. And people talk about, I don't take the mark and the wrath of God. I'm not sure, but anyway, so that is like I'm gonna finalize read this right here again. It says at 17 that no man might buy or sell, say that he had the mark and the name of the beast and the number of the beast. And then 18, this is the final. So here is the wisdom. Let him that have understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 603 scores and six, and that is 666. And that is chapter 13. So thanks for being patient. Sorry I went over 30 minutes with that. I think that took too long to start, but that is chapter 13, and that is you see the end with Satan coming down, the dragon, the beast, and they both combined in their powers, and now they have created this image and this they with wonders and their powers. They've created this image, and then they have this false prophet. So you got the dragon, the beast, the dragon, and a false prophet. And that's pretty much what you got. This trinity, which is you seeing the three of them coming together. And it's going to be kind of hard if you don't know. He said, even the very elect will be deceived if God is short in the time. So that's why we got to dig into this stuff while we got time. I don't know how much time we have, but if we started today, open this up and just digging in and getting more information about how to get ready, how to get equipped, what I need to know, what I need to study. And then I think every day we'll be better off. We'll be doing really good with this. So I'm excited. I'm not afraid. I'm excited because I know all through all of this that's going to happen and going on. Guess what? We meet our Savior. We meet our Father. We get to go to see the people in heaven, be in His presence, get our rewards, have stuff on us that's beaming. Lucifer had that stuff. He was the dragon. He used to be called, he was one of the three archangels in heaven. It was Michael, Gabriel, and Lucifer. Lucifer was an archangel of praise. And he was so, he was just beautiful and just radiant and had all this stuff. And he just mesmerized. He was mesmerizing in heaven at God's throne working. But he just thought that he can do it himself. Or he think he can outdo God and he just wants some of it and wanted to be a God. Want something just stirred inside of him. And now he's earthbound at this point based on revelations. And he's now his destination is going to the Great Lake eventually. I mean, you're going to go in temporarily for 1,000 years and come back out. And then you're going to go eternally, he's going to be chained in the bottomless pit. And then you're going to go into, eternally. So that is his destination. So who wants to go there? It wasn't made for man to do all that with him. God created us as fellowship so we can build our lives and get to know who He is and find out His purpose and His plan for each person's life. Was born, was given with a destiny. Find out what you're supposed to be and what you're supposed to be doing in your life now, and then prepare and do and be obedient. So, it's life is a journey, and I think it's fun. And I'm going to go ahead and shut this down because I'm just rumbling, but I'm excited. 14 will be next, and let's just see what happens next. Take care.